Most of my friends constantly ask me, who is Cojo and what do we do? Cojo is in existence since 1979. We represent over 200 local organizations, representing charities who work with the poor, the sick, the elderly, kids at risk, schools, and yeshivas. We are their voice in government. They come to us with their various issues, and we help them in many sundry ways. Cojo has 10 divisions, running programs from helping the poor and elderly with their government assistance issues to getting our uninsured kids insured. Our social service division sees approximately 12,000 clients a year. We have an employment office where we see an additional 1,000 clients per year. 1,500, make it correct. Our Business Outreach Center services 500 small businesses that we help with all kinds of issues, including bank finance. Our Camp Fund helped over 700 children last year, representing over 300 families in our neighborhood. So when you help Cojo, you are helping over 15,000 clients that we see and help each year. Thank you for your past support and your continued support. In addition, if you can help us by introducing us to others or foundations that might be interested in our work in our neighborhood, please call by Picus or myself.
It is a great honor to be here today. We are presenting the first award to somebody who we all hold in very high esteem. Dean Skelos has the same values in life, important values in life, as we hold. The two most important topics to our community, very, very important to our community, are our children and our elderly. Dean Skelos, the Honorable Dean G. Skelos, the New York State Senate Majority Leader, holds two things in common with us that are most important to us and our families. And that is our children, and that is our elderly. Dean Skelos initiated legislation and carried through legislation for Megan's Law for New York State. That means that protects our children. Dean Skelos also enacted legislation for EPIC, which is insurance for the elderly. It is with great, great, great admiration and great, great, great respect for myself to be able to give this award to Dean G. Skelos. Thank you.
We are going to be joined by the Honorable State Assemblyman Steve Simbrowitz, and whose late wife, the award is named after, who's going to make the presentation.
Thank you and good morning, everyone. I believe Assemblyman Peter Abadi chose the senator to receive this award. This is the Lena Simbrowitz Distinguished Legislators Award, presented to the Honorable New York State Senate Majority Leader Dean G. Skelos, with deepest appreciation and admiration for his prominent and dynamic leadership and commitment to his constituents in the 9th State Senatorial District, who discharges his duties with dignity, compassion, and sensitivity beyond the call of duty. Signed, Moshe Zakheim, President, Rabbi Yeheskel Picus, Executive Director, and let's get the budget done.
Okay.
I will be very, very quick because I'll be heading up to Albany from here, and I apologize that I can not stay and join with you as you honor so many other distinguished individuals. But Speaker Silver and I will be meeting at about 1 o'clock, hopefully with the governor, to conclude this year's budget. What's critically important as we come through the finishing touches of this budget is to remember, as was mentioned, we have an obligation as legislators and an obligation as humans to make sure that the most vulnerable are protected, that we protect our youth, we protect our senior citizens, and those who are struggling with different challenges that they may have in their individual lives. I've been honored to serve in the Senate now. I served in the Assembly for 2 years. This is my 24th year, and it was probably the most challenging year that we faced. but I am so honored to have been elected Majority Leader of the State Senate because I have the opportunity now to meet great individuals such as all of you here, Cojo of Flatbush. I thank Rabbi Pikus for honoring me and the organization for honoring me today. And I pledge to you that we will continue to work together to make sure that your needs, the needs of our individual communities, are met. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Good morning, and I'll make this short. As a person born in Brooklyn many, many years ago, I accept this award not on behalf of my own service, but on behalf of recognition of the entire family of Beth Israel Medical Center and our commitment to providing healthcare services to the people of Brooklyn and Lower Manhattan. I'm extremely privileged to be in this position. I did spend my last 5 years in Brooklyn with Dr. Brady at Kingsborough Jewish Medical Center, so I feel like I know Brooklyn. Beth Israel has a long tradition of providing services to this community. We're enthusiastic about that. We will continue to do that, and our commitment remains strong. Thank you very much.
Good morning. I just want to mention that I first met Sergeant Taylor when he was a police officer, and he approached me and inquired about the Housing Bureau. And after talking to him for a while, I went back to Chief Jaffe, the Chief of Housing. That worked well. I went back to Chief Jaffe, the Chief of Housing, and I said we'd be very lucky to pick him up as a sergeant. Then I came here this morning, and I met his mother and father-in-law. And I said to them at first, you know, you've done very well. You're fortunate to have him as a son-in-law. And after a while, I got to talk to them, and I realized that, Sergeant Taylor, you've done very well. I've met your wife and your in-laws, and you're very fortunate to have them. The Cojo does a tremendous job out here, and I'm well aware of it. And I know from reading Richard's bio, even before he became a police officer, that he responded to the World Trade Center. He's a giving type of person. And I do believe that in the end, we're all going to be judged not by what we've gained in this life, but really what we've given. And I think Sergeant Taylor is well on his way to doing well. So congratulations, Rich.
Let me read the plaque. It says, Distinguished Guardianship Award to Sergeant Richard S. Taylor, Supervisor, Police Service Area PSA 1, in recognition of his innovative and dedicated police services, his excellence to our diverse community beyond the call of duty, and this is of course from Cojo. So congratulations to you, Richard Taylor.
Thank you. First, it's an honor, a privilege to serve under the leadership of Commissioner Kelly. New York City is again the safest big city in the United States, and I want to have a round of applause for Commissioner Kelly. South, under the leadership of Chief Fox, is a privilege and honor, and thank everyone for everything. We are here to serve you. Whatever we can do, of course, is our pleasure, and thank you for everything.
Good morning, and congratulations again to all our awardees, particularly, of course, Sergeant Taylor. He does a great job and has a terrific reputation. I don't have to tell you that the New York City Police Department and the Jewish community, particularly here in Brooklyn, enjoy a very strong relationship, and I believe it only gets deeper over time, and that relationship is so important in helping us continue to reduce crime. Since Mayor Bloomberg took office, crime is down 41% in the city. And that's at a time when we took on the added responsibility of protecting the city from a terrorist attack. The unfortunate reality is that we have had 12 plots against the city since September 11, 2001. And with our federal partners, thank God we've been able to defeat them. But the terrorist threat is real and it's persistent, and we're doing everything we can to protect the city. And of course, as I say, one of the most important elements is the partnership that we have, particularly with the Jewish community in New York. I want to commend Cojo for all that you do in so many areas. You really take care of the community, be it in housing or holiday meals, reaching out to the elderly, sending young people to camp. And I think the most important element of all of that is you do it irrespective of color or faith or creed. You do it based on the most important criteria at all, and that's need. So I want to, on behalf of the New York City Police Department, thank you for everything that you do, and let's keep up the great work together. Thank you.
Now my pleasure to introduce the Honorable Stephen Goldsmith, the recipient of the Distinguished Public Service Award. I'm going to read it. Distinguished Public Service Award presented to the Honorable New York City Deputy Mayor for Operations Stephen Goldsmith for his dynamic leadership and notable contributions in enhancing the quality of life of New York's community at large, and for his efforts in creating a city government for the 21st century.
Thanks, Leon. That was quite an introduction. You're going to give this guy your Distinguished Service Award, and then after the meal, he'll take care of your parking ticket. So one definition of service, I guess. Let me just say thanks to Leon and Rabbi Pikus. Community organizations such as this one play an extraordinary role in our city. I've got 30 years of public service as a mayor and running VISTA and AmeriCorps programs for the nation. This is a very tough time, and communities like this community organizations like this play a really essential role. The city government has a responsibility to work effectively with all of you, and we pledge to do that, particularly in these difficult times. Thank you very much.
I asked what I must respond, what must I say? So someone remarked, send a check. However, I'm not going at this moment to hold a speech or a drasha, but I do want to thank my family, my most closest family for coming. My most closest family is the Young Israel of Avenue K. I thank them from the bottom of my heart, my Tehillah, for supporting me these past 28 years. We should continue in this manner together with Cojo. Cojo, after all, is the Council of Jewish Organizations, which is our family, which does for us here in Flatbush. I wish you all success. Ad Meir v'Esim Shona, Ad Yavoyinon, till the Messiah Mashiach comes. We'll go together back to Yerushalayim Habnuya, the rebuilt city of Yerushalayim in the greater Israel. B'mheira v'yameinu, amen v'amen. Speedily in our days, amen. Thank you.